of this fifth doctoral conference, SHODH-2021, on changing perspectives of research with higher education 4.0, opportunities and challenges. The day has certainly added meaning to the venture of research and our bands of minds. There has been quite a lot happening around. It was our great privilege to have such a distinguished group of academicians, intellectuals, and research scholars in this interdisciplinary conference. To know more, I invite Dr. Shweta Agrawal to present a report and observations of the session chairs in the conference. Dr. Shweta Agrawal.
A very good afternoon to everyone present here. Allow me to share my screen. Is the PPT visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you so much. I'm here to present a brief report on this conference, SHODH-2021, on Changing Perspectives of Research with Higher Education 4.0, Opportunities and Challenges. This conference research says that research is benchmarking of any institution of higher learning. In view of this, Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya has organized SHODH 2021, the fifth annual doctoral conference on the theme Changing Perspectives of Research with Higher Education 4.0, Challenges and Opportunities. This unique conference is a genuine platform to the enthusiastic researchers from various fields to exchange and share their research findings and gain insights for future research that would be beneficial to the society. Digital society has changed the lifestyle. The integration of innovative skills and the life skills has become the schema of education 4.0. Mobile technologies, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence have become the order of the day. However, machines are deficit of compassion and sympathy, and there is challenge of misuse or exploitation of these technologies. The conference aimed to discuss the issues how to maximize the benefits of technology while avoiding potential pitfalls. Now, the inaugural ceremony of this conference had Professor Nageshwar Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi, as the chief guest. The conference was inaugurated by Professor Nageshwar Rao, Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi National Open University today on March 27, 2021, with the lighting of the Holy Lamp and invocation of Goddess Saraswati. About conference, in the inaugural session, Dr. Santosh Dhar, Dean Faculty of Doctoral Studies and Research and convener SHODH 2021, gave the basic idea about this conference and briefed about the conference and said that the learning is now borderless and the institutions of higher learning are expected to transform and move away from conservative learning models. She also shared that the aim of the conference is to bring the researchers together and to maximize the benefits of technology while avoiding potential pitfalls. In his welcome address, Dr. Upinder Dhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, extended his cordial welcome to the guests and august gathering, and in his welcome address, he highlighted the aims of this conference. In his speech, Dr. Dhar highlighted that research has made a great contribution in our lives, and the new educational policy has emphasized on the importance of research even at undergraduate level. During the inaugural session, Sri Purushottam Das Ji Pasari, Honorable Chancellor, highlighted the contributions of Sri Vaishnav Trust in the area of education, medical, and the other philanthropic services during the last 137 years. He further added that new skills are required to conduct research in the present time. The inaugural ceremony witnessed the release of the souvenir Saransh 2021 by the chief guest, Professor Nageshwar Rao, Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. The inaugural ceremony also noticed the release of e-book on changing perspectives of research with higher education 4.0, opportunities and challenges, released by the chief guest, Professor Nageshwar Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. During his address, Professor Nageshwar Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi, highlighted the importance of various research features of research and emphasized on the scientific temper in research. He said that a process of scientific research needs to be inculcated amongst the students, and the purpose of research should be to strengthen the mind power of researchers. The master of the inaugural ceremony was Dr. Shweta Agrawal, Assistant Professor, Shri Vaishnav Institute of Science, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Indore, and the rapporteur was Dr. Suchita Mishra, Assistant Professor, Shri Vaishnav Institute of Social Science, Humanities and Arts, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. The words of thanks were proposed by Shri Kamal Narayanji Bharadia, Secretary, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Trust. The inaugural ceremony also witnessed the august presence of Dr. Arbindo Ghosh, Joint Registrar, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, HOIs, HODs, learned faculties, research scholars, and students. Some of the glimpses of the inaugural session. Then there were 5 concurrent technical sessions during this conference. The technical session 1 was on management and commerce, and the session chair were Dr. Anand Gwal, Director, Acropolis Institute, Indore. The co-chair for the session was Dr. Rajiv Shukla, Director, SVSM SSSB, Indore. Total 8 papers were presented in this session. The papers focus on the research areas such as brand loyalty with special reference to online shopping, locus of control and human behavior, emotional intelligence, work-life balance, and human behavior and tax structure. The session chair, Dr. Anand Gwal, Director, Acropolis Institute, Indore, appreciated the efforts of the participant. Session co-chair, Dr. Rajiv Shukla, Director, SVSM, congratulated the researchers for their successful participation. The moderator for this session was Dr. Swati Ojha, Assistant Professor, SVSM. Rapporteur was Dr. Rana Pathak, Assistant Professor, SVITS, and the technical support was extended by Mr. Shailen Joshi, SVIIT. The technical session 2 was on life sciences and forensic science. The session chair for this session was Dr. Sanjeev Yadav, Senior Scientist, Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow, and co-chair was Dr. MP Gautam, Professor, SVIFS, SSSB. Total 11 papers were presented in this session. The papers focused on research aspects such as hyperspectral imaging, eco-friendly approaches for plant extract mediate synthesis of zinc nanoparticles and their biomedical applications, forgery over genuine signature, impact of petroleum on soil pollution and trends in animal poisoning in India. The session chair, Dr. Sanjeev Yadav, Senior Scientist, CDRI, Lucknow, highlighted the essence of research in life sciences and biotechnology for the upliftment of mankind. The session co-chair, Dr. MP Gautam, Professor, SVIFS, appreciated the efforts of the participants. The technical moderator for this session was Dr. Sandhya Verma, Assistant Professor, SVIFS, and the rapporteur was Ms. Nandini Katare, Assistant Professor, SVIFS. Technical support was extended by Mr. Abhishek Sharma, SVIIT. The technical session 3 was based on social sciences, humanities, fine arts, library and information systems, and law. Session chair was Dr. Achla Sharma, Professor, Vikram University, Ujjain, and co-chair was Dr. GSS Naidu, Chief Librarian, SSSB, Indore. Total 7 papers were presented in this session. The papers highlighted the research in the areas of emotions as determinants of well-being, Anglo-Irish relations in William Trevor's novel, a new paradigm of higher education 4.0, challenges and opportunities, and updates on library information systems. The session chair, Dr. Achla Sharma, Professor, Vikram University, Ujjain, said that the research is on the behavioral aspect and social sciences will definitely lead us to a happy living. The session chair, Dr. GSS Naidu, Chief Librarian, SSSB, Indore, congratulated the researchers. The moderator for this session was Dr. Norbert Solomon, Assistant Professor, SVISSHA. Rapporteur was Dr. Sheetal Jain, Assistant Professor Shrisha, and technical support was extended by Dr. Anand Krishna, SVIS. The technical session 4 was based on chemistry, math, physics, and textile technology, and the session chair was Dr. Madhu Tiwari, Professor Government Nirbhaya Singh Patel College, Indore, and the co-chair was Dr. Ashutosh Shukla, Head Department of Chemistry, SVIS, SWB. This session witnessed 9 papers, and the papers were on the research areas of advanced computing material, conducting material, polyaniline, copper oxide nanocomposite, relevant skills in chemistry from the perspectives of industry, research, and academia, results on basic reproduction number. The session chair, Dr. Madhu Tiwari, Professor, Government Nirbhaya Singh Patel College, Science College, Indore, appreciated the efforts of the research scholars, and the session co-chair, Dr. Ashutosh Shukla, highlighted the essence of research in this field. The moderator for this session was Dr. Pragya Palor, Assistant Professor SVIS, SWB, and the rapporteur was Dr. Sulbha Sharma, Assistant Professor SVIS. Technical support was extended by Mr. Abhishek Tiwari, SVIIT. The technical session 5 was based on researchers in computer science and information technology, and session chair was Dr. Urjita Thakur, Professor SGS ITS, Indore, and co-chair was Dr. Anand Rajawat, Director, SVIIT SWB, Indore. This session witnessed 7 papers, and the papers were in the research areas of blockchain technology, deep learning methods, cloud-based architecture, post-quantum blockchain for Internet of Things. The session chair, Dr. Urjita Thakur, highlighted that the computer science and information technology has come out to be a life savior during times of COVID-19. The session chair, Dr. Anand Rajawat, Director, SVIIT Indore, SWB Indore, highlighted the importance of hard work and dedication for research. Moderator for this session was Dr. Neha Mathil, Assistant Professor SVIIT, and rapporteur was Ms. Rupali Dave, Assistant Professor SVIIT. Technical support was extended by Mr. Hitesh Nagar from SVIIT. In this conference, total number of registered delegates were 55, total papers received were 52, and out of that, total papers were presented were 42. Selected papers for publication were 21. These are some of the glimpses of the 5 different and concurrent technical sessions in this conference. Thank you all.
Thank you, Shilpa. There is always a scope for amendments and improvements. We enrich our knowledge with the experiences.
You are not audible, Shweta madam, Shweta Mishra.
She's connecting her mic.
Sir, am I audible now?
Not.
Sir, am I audible now?
है पर अभी भी कम है थोड़ा.
Okay. Sir, is it okay? Just a minute.
Shweta, who is presenting now?
So just a minute.
You are not audible.
Ajay.
Am I audible now?
Yes, madam. Continue.
Thanks. There is always a scope for amendments and improvements. We enrich our knowledge with experiences. For sharing some such experiences, we will have some of the delegates to give their feedback. For this, I would like to invite Mr. Kiran Badave to share his experiences. Mr. Kiran Badave.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Sir, you are not audible.
Okay. Right now, am I?
Yes, yes, yes,
Am I?
yes, sir.
Yeah. First of all, I'm thankful to Sri Vaishnavi Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya Indore for organizing conference for doctoral students. I'm thankful to Surendra Gupta for communication of this conference. Dr. Shweta Agrawal during the process of publication for plagiarism and all these things. And Dr. Shweta Mishra for timely communication for the presentation. If I want to conclude in one line, it's a very well organization of this conference in a professional manner at all level of communication, maintaining the publication ethics, and all in all, conference organization is in a decided timely manner. I have get good experience. This is my first experience to present a research paper in a conference. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Ms. Preeti Upadhyay to share her experiences. Ms. Preeti Upadhyay.
ओके मैम मैम आवाज आ रही है मेरी
Yes, please.
ओके गुड आफ्टरनून ऑल ऑफ यू सर मैम मैं यही कहूँगी वाइस चांसलर सर और स्पेशली कन्वीनर श्वेता मैम को सर मैं बहुत बहुत थैंक यू करूँगी बहुत अच्छा वेबिनार है सर बहुत कुछ मैंने से सीखा जो मुझे जहाँ पे मैं अटक रही थी नहीं आ रहा था वहाँ मुझे सर ने समझाया भी बताया भी बहुत अच्छा वेबिनार स्पेशली मैं थैंक यू बोलूंगी श्वेता मैम को जो मुझे पल पल पे उन्होंने हर न्यूज दी है इसके लिए थैंक यू सर सभी को बहुत अच्छा वेबिनार था सर
Thank you, ma'am. We are delighted to announce the release of our SHODH-2022 brochure. The brochure is designed to give overview and insight to new and existing research scholars. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Dhar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, to release the brochure of SHODH-2022. I request our technical team to assist for the same. Now I invite Dr. Upinder Dhar, Vice Chancellor Shri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, to give concluding and inspirational remarks. Dr. Dhar.
Good afternoon. Now we are at the last stage of this SHODH 2021 and preparation must start for SHODH 2022 and beginning has already made by releasing the brochure. Well, as I mentioned in the morning, outcomes of research have become part and parcel of our life. It is very difficult to separate the outcomes of research from what we do in our personal and public life. But at the same time, there are certain cautions. If we use certain things in the wrong direction, then the results are never healthy. I am pointing at the environment. while doing the research, the outcome should be such which would contribute to the health of the environment, which would be sustainable, so across disciplines. One factor which is common, that is sustainable development. So research proposals should be designed in such a way so that we can contribute towards the sustainable development. Our research should not result into damage of the environment. It should not damage the earth. It should not damage the environment around us. So it should in fact contribute. We need research should not be used in such a way that we go away from nature. We should not go. You see, there used to be good old days when toothpaste was not existing, but we were using the products of nature. Say, traditionally, dantun was used for cleaning our teeth. Similarly, everybody would fond of walking those days. But now what is happening, walking or having a walk in the morning or evening has become a luxury. It is because we are going for we don't want to leave our comfort zone. Research outputs are so many that we would always go for one or the other thing, or simply have a feeling that we are inseparable from what we are using. As you imagine, or these days, whether at home or at work, if electricity goes, what happens? We start feeling helpless. We start feeling that we can't do anything because we have developed that total dependence on electricity and other gadgets that we use. I think this is good to enjoy and outcomes of research, but at the same time, that dependence proneness needs to be reduced, and contribution to sustainable development across the disciplines is very important. So a lot of research is required even in that area. How to enrich the environment, how to protect the environment, and how to live very closely to the nature. See, I was very fortunate that I was born in Kashmir, and in my childhood, we have lived with the nature, very close to it. We used to listen the chirping of birds, which is almost non-existent now. We used to see greenery around us. We used to see fresh water flowing through the streams. We used to enjoy sitting on the boulevard of Dal Lake and other lakes. So nature, we used to be, whenever I used to feel bored, I used to go to Dal Lake and sit on the boulevard and enjoy the nature, and my all tension would go. So nature has a great healing power. So we need to live with nature. Therefore, for that, what could be done, what can be done, a lot of research is required for that. See, to some extent, unfortunately, science has also taken us away from nature. See, on one hand, science has done wonders. Our quality of life has greatly improved because of the research. But then at the same time, we should not go away from nature. In our tradition, we use Mother Nature. So why do we say Mother Nature? That used to be the great respect. We used to have the great respect for the environment, great respect and reverence for the nature. Now, technology, on one hand, has enhanced the quality of life, but at the same time, more diversities. We are more diverse now. So somebody is having smartphone, somebody else is having an ordinary phone. So this is the distinction. But olden days, those distinctions were not there. Life was more, in a way, you can say, homogeneous. But today it is more heterogeneous, and today we talk about lifestyle, which was unheard of in olden days. Everybody would have more or less the similar kind of life. Well, I'm not saying that we should go back to the Belgadi times, but what I'm saying is that whatever research we propose, whatever studies we conduct, they should be in favor of nature. Those studies or the outcomes of research should not take us away from the nature. The outcomes of the nature should not be damaging in any way to the nature. We must see to it that what best we can do to protect the nature, what best we can do to live closer to the nature. And this is a gap that we can see today, that we are going away from the nature. So we need to modify our thinking and see what best can be done. And this is a concern all over the world. That's why in 2015, United Nations thought of 17 sustainable development goals. And sustainable development goals are to be fulfilled within 10 years now, because at that time it was envisaged that we should give 15 years to everybody to fulfill those needs, because 2015 to 2030. But now 5 years are already over. We are in 6th year. That means, in other words, hardly say 10 years are left. We have to fulfill those sustainable goals, and they are very, very clearly mentioned. There is no confusion in understanding. We have to see how we can reduce the poverty, how can we reduce the number of people who are hungry across the world. We have to see that how we can further improve the health systems. We have to see that how we can improve the quality of education, how we can ensure clean drinking water, and so on and so forth. For that, what is required is the practices, habits, and of course, research. So outcomes of research must contribute to these sustainable development goals. So I'm sure that all the researchers together, whether teachers or research scholars, would think of such proposals, such research studies, which would definitely contribute towards sustainable development goals. So with these words, thank you very much. I would like to congratulate the SHODH team, which has worked very hard in editing the book. First of all, screening the papers out of 51 papers. After doing work, rework, and so on, it was reduced to 21 for acceptance in the book. Effort was made. Plagiarism limit was contained within 10% as per the directions of the University Grants Commission. So I think there were about 6 or 7 drafts which were taken of the whole manuscript. Same way the souvenir was produced. The point is that we need to work hard for bringing out the quality. And in research, there cannot be any compromise, as I mentioned in the morning, that higher the quality of research, higher the quality of life. It has a direct research outcomes directly contribute to our life. Therefore, now I would appeal the next team to start working for SHODH 2022, that we can further improve upon what we have done today. So with these words, I wish you all the best and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. I now invite Dr. Santosh Dhar, Dean, Faculty of Doctoral Studies and Research and convener SHODH 2021, to propose the words of thanks. Dr. Santosh Dhar.
On behalf of Organizing Committee of SHODH 2021, the 5th Doctoral Conference, I extend earnest gratitude to Chief Guest of the inaugural session, Professor Nageshwar Rao, for being kind enough to accept our invitation to grace the occasion. It was a delight to listen to him, as it was insightful, marked with precision. We are thankful to Honorable Chancellor Shri Purushottam Das Ji Pasari and Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Upinder Dhar for their consistent support, encouragement, and guidance. Our thanks are also due to Shri Kamal Narayan Ji Buradia for being with us on this occasion. We are also grateful to chairpersons and co-chairpersons of technical sessions who have readily accepted our request and contributed to this academic endeavor. We are also thankful to all HOIs of the constituent institutes of the university for being with us on this occasion. Our appreciation for all the scholar delegates from different institutes of higher learning of the country for being part of this conference and adding significantly in this journey of academic excellence. We appreciate the efforts of all committee members, staff from administration who have facilitated us in organizing this event. On my personal behalf, I would like to put my appreciation on record for the co-convener, Dr. Shweta Agarwal, her relentless effort right from promotion to persuasion of the scholars to plagiarism check to publication. It's quite apparent from the tangible outcome in the form of a book and the souvenir. We are also thankful to Dr. Rajawat and his team for extending technical assistance during the event. We are also thankful to Allied Publishers for publishing the book and so that we could release it on time. Success of any event calls for persistent determination of many people. Some efforts are visible, while some may not be that apparent. This virtual conference was possible because of the wholehearted effort of many such people. It's not possible to name each and every person. We thank all people who have helped us directly or indirectly in making this event a success. Once again, thank you all. Over to Shweta Mishra.
Ma'am, now I would like to request all of you to kindly switch on your cameras for the preview. Kindly switch on, all of you, please, your cameras for the photo. Dr. Rajiv Shukla. Kindly switch on the cameras. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I request everyone attending this session to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you all of you for attending this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And congratulations to SHODH team.
Congratulations.
2021.
Thank you. Thank you.
बहुत बधाइयाँ.
Thank you, sir.
Should we exit now?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
राजीव सर जब बोल रहे थे नहीं मैंने लीव कर दिया
दिख रही है
Congratulations, Shweta madam. Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Pani ma'am.
Congratulations, madam.
Shall we meet offline?
बिल्कुल.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.